$250. $250. I'm driving my way home from an interview because that's the reason for why there's no live stream this week. I've been too busy with things. I had an interview today. We're practically at the end of the week, and for a little while there weren't really that many topics for me to talk about until I got the notification, pulled over to look at it, and thought to myself, okay, let me continue driving because I want to make it home in time for dinner. But at the same time, I audibly went $250. The Joker set from the 2019 Joaquin Phoenix movie with the Murray Franklin action figure, the set. Apparently there's like 21 items inside of this box. And I thought to myself, all right, cool. See you tomorrow during the the pre-order launch, etc., etc. Until I saw that $250 price tag. I'm sorry, McFarlane. I love you, but I can't do $250. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll pre-order through one of the fan channels that doesn't charge right away, like Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bag Toy Store. Maybe I'll do them, and even then I'm a little hesitant because I know that they don't charge right away. I'll be able to simply just put down my pre-order and not having to worry about it. But to do it like directly to the McFarlane Toy Store, or I gotta be honest, I think that's really the main one that's gonna charge up front. But I know that it comes at the extra perk that you might get it early. You might be amongst the first to get it first. I think it's a little too dark here. Let me brighten it up. Ooh, nice. And obviously that would benefit someone like me who does content creation around this sort of stuff. So it would most definitely be a video. But for $250, god damn it. I just really don't know. And I do also understand that McFarlane has partnered up with a company called Zezzle. And Zezzle offers payment plans for like a four-time install payment plan. So I could pay it in 4 installments. So $250 divided by 4, that would be like what? 60, almost $60, 65 bucks? No, 62 something. 62.50, I believe. Even then, if it was like a massive vehicle, because I remember the Batwing for the Flash was retailing at $250, and even then I grew really hesitant. I ended up never actually getting it. To this day, I still don't have that Batwing. But for the Murray Franklin set, I liked the movie quite a bit, but recently the sequel didn't really do too many great things for the people who were already established as fans for the Joaquin Phoenix original movie back in 2019. It's been years since that original movie, and granted, this is harkening back to that original film with the Robert De Niro Murray Franklin figure, which apparently they managed to get the license and clear it out, because now we have a legitimate figure out of that character. And again, it comes with a set. I believe there's metal pieces thrown in there. You got Joaquin Phoenix with some decent articulation. But the other thing that also kind of kills it for me is that you're dealing with 2 suited figures. And more often than not, McFarlane deals with suited figures the way I need a hole in my head. They sometimes tackle the same kind of structure when it comes to like texturing and mold, the way that the suits are sculpted, that unless they did something drastically different to the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, it just looks like it's just going to be another one of those suits they've seen like the 3 Jokers criminal figure have, the recent Lucius Fox, the recent Alfred, granted with like a different matted coat of paint on it. But apart from that, I gotta be honest, I'm really cautious with the $250 price tag. Like I said, maybe one of the fan channels, one of the areas or retailers or storefronts that offer it for like pre-order now, and then we'll pay later when it releases. And then only after the pre-order launch will we kind of get a window of when it's going to actually be released. And initially I would have said that maybe before the end of the year, maybe before the end of December. But one little factor that I do think is actually rather surprising is that it's releasing across retailers. I legit thought that this was going to be a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive because it's based on a rated R property. It's based on movie that had a sequel that came out recently and didn't really do very well critically and commercially, to the point where I think you can stream it now, and I think in just a matter of weeks it's going to be dropping on Max, because you can stream it right now, but like pay to view, like pay-per-view on demand sort of thing, to where you buy the digital copy. But in terms of streaming it on Max, which is obviously going to be the platform for this one since it's the Warner Bros. Movie, I think in just like by next month, I think either next month or maybe January-ish, it's kind of, you know, on the horizon as to whether or not you'll be able to just freely and leisurely stream it off of Max, right next to something that's arguably better, Penguin, which I recently started watching with my girlfriend and I'm digging it. And that also makes me go, okay, why exactly is Todd charging, and McFarlane Toys and the company charging so much? Is this a very indirect way of kind of confirming that you might have bitten off more than you can chew overproducing these things, and it's gonna cost you a lot to recuperate, especially after touting how much the sequel was gonna make? Because I remember in those panels, McFarlane was saying, yeah, the first movie, $1 billion. He even referenced Deadpool and Wolverine, which is technically the competition since that's Marvel. But he would say that, these rated R properties, and Spawn's going to be doing it, and then Joker 2 is also going to kill $1 million. I remember a couple of times, I'm paraphrasing, but that's not his exact wording, but he would say something akin to that at multiple panels this year, whether it be at Comic-Con, which I saw him talk live, and at New York Comic-Con, and then a couple of other little events that he did in between. And I feel like he might have gotten this one wrong, and in order to recuperate the amount of spending that he probably did making too many of these, he's like, $250. My tinfoil hat theory is that if he didn't overproduce, these wouldn't be at $250, maybe $150. I probably would have done $150 straight up on the McFarlane Toy Store. But at $250, I can't do it. Like I said, maybe I'll do it. I'll put down a pre-order that doesn't hurt right now, this very moment, while I'm coming from a job interview. That probably already speaks like, hey, Todd, some of us are not exactly doing so great financially. $250 for a movie that has a sequel that left a lot of bad taste in people's mouths. Like I said, I that to me says more about what they've lost in the back end rather than the confidence they have in this set. Whether it be materials, whether it be the things that they've tossed in, $250 is too much. And like I said, right now, what I will probably do when pre-orders launch tomorrow morning is going to be to just pre-order through one of the storefronts that doesn't charge right away. Like I said, like Amazon, if it's available on Amazon, which who knows it will be. But for sure, Big Bad Toy Store, for sure. Well, I don't know about Entertainment Earth. I've been a little touchy-feely with them, to be honest, in terms of communication when something's available, and I'm like, yo, let me know ahead of time if you're gonna release this, and they don't, they just ship it and charge it right away. But at least Big Bad Toy Store is a little bit more considerate with that. Amazon, like I said, I can keep tabs on it with the app, and it's very convenient with Prime. And like I said, neither of these charge right away, so I'll probably do it that way, but not directly with McFarlane. I will be most definitely curious to see whether or not they sell out as quickly as some of the other stuff has done. It is surprising that it's available wide release, but my money, very thematically, is that it probably would have been a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive to boost up that FOMO, but now he has to make it widely available, but also make it super priced, because I feel like something was coming down the pipeline with Joker 2, and now pulling out of some kind of deal with Warner Brothers, they're like, well, give us what you promised. Okay, I'm gonna be charging this thing $250. How about that? Okay, and Warner Brothers probably thought, okay, we'll let you keep it. And now this is the end result that we're seeing. And it's one that, like I said, was just so massive and so head scratching and rather shocking that I had to start recording here mid-trip. I'm eager to see what some of you guys have to say in the comments. Again, I apologize for the crude nature of this video with just filming it off of the phone, but I needed to get my 2 cents in.